Getting some water.
Hello and welcome back to Madmen with the Box, our weekly live stream where we go through all the new Doctor Who news plus our topic that we reviewed. I'm joined as always with Totally Not Omega, Professor Pixel, Jimmy, who wishes not to have a headline. Way to be a team player, Jimmy.
I don't need to. I already have the most views on the channel.
That's not true.
It is
sadly true.
One video.
It's unfortunately true.
With one video as well. So.
Nothing
on this channel though, right?
Yes.
This channel.
Okay, yeah, because more people watch me on YouTube, Jimmy, but
on TikTok I have 10.6 million views.
I said specifically YouTube for a reason, Jimmy.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm not coming to fight you on TikTok because I don't fight things I'm going to lose. So
he's not downloading China spyware.
I don't. But
real quick. I have never been more insulted than someone going out of their way making a full video, just making fun of me, Chris. How? The worst part is it got more views.
Yes, your new video, your new ranking does not compare to his ranking of Mark Gatiss episodes.
No, it's okay because I was looking at the analytics, and the people who completed his video was 21%, and I'm like, okay, because mine's at 54, so we'll be okay.
Can someone DM me that video so I can watch it later?
Shut up.
Yeah, sure.
Because I wasn't aware this happened. So
no.
Okay,
so,
no, actually, we gotta send him two because I made mine, and then 2 days later he comes out with his. It's like,
see, they're different though. They aren't the same. You made episodes about new Doctor Who companions, ranking them, and he ranked fantastic episodes of new Doctor Who. So they're two totally different animals. His is just superior.
I'd rather get an enema than watch those episodes.
Well, you're going to have to watch them.
You're going to have to watch them, remember?
Yeah, sounded more like a boo-hoo.
Yes.
Yeah.
And as you've probably noticed, to my left, we have a new special guest. It's not Landry. It's not Animated Concepts. As the master would say, a new body at last.
It's true.
The wonderful Joe Corallo of Traken to the left of me.
you.
Welcome to the channel.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Would you like to describe yourself to our viewers? Lull them over to your side.
I'll answer that. He's an asshole.
Jimmy, he can speak for himself.
No. It's fine. I write and edit comics, but in addition to all of that, I've watched Doctor Who for quite some time. I got into it while I was working at a Hollywood Video in high school, and I worked for Ken Deep at that Hollywood Video, who has gone on to run the Long Island Who convention, had a
nice.
Doctor Who podcast back in what was it, like 2010? I used to be on the forums for that. It was the Gallifreyan Embassy, and I oddly enough was Omega on the forums, and my avatar was the version of Omega that we see in Arc of Infinity.
So it just connects.
So yeah, there's all these connections that I didn't tell any of you about. But because I'm not just a mouth with legs. I'm more than that. So So I've appeared on some Doctor Who podcasts a while back. I haven't gotten a chance to get over to LI Who, but I'm hoping to at some point. I have at conventions met people like Paul McGann, Daphne Ashbrook.
I wish I met Paul Maggan.
He
so
was
jealous.
really great. He signed him and Daphne both signed my DVD, the Region 2 DVD I had of the movie. I got to meet Fraser Hines, one of my favorite companions of all time. So
Did you watch the new Doctor Who documentary about the Doctor Who movie?
I
Called
did
Doctor Who
not.
Online?
I did not, but I watched the movie again like a couple of months ago.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay.
It's not a great, but it's in terms of was it New Year's movies? You know, you want a movie to watch around New Year's? It is definitely one of them.
There we go.
It's
Or you
one of
could
the
just
movies of all
watch-
time.
It's out of every movie I've ever watched, the Doctor Who movie is surely one of them.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, before we get into the news, I just make this clear. The first, like you basically, if you broke this up into your standard, 4-part serial, the first episode would actually be a very solid, good Doctor Who episode, and they just like degenerate from there. Until like because really every time I watch it, because I always space it probably a few years every time I watch it, it's like I always forget enough that I'm like hopeful again, like wait, the beginning of this isn't so bad, like why didn't I like, and then by the end of it I'm like I know why I don't like this. Like, every time the doctors have human, the cloister, we're not using the cloister bell right, we're not using any of this.
This is why Americans don't do Doctor Who. This is why I'm avidly against it.
They straight up shoot the previous one.
That was fine. That is far from the worst thing in that
That
movie.
is
Hey,
that.
The
Yeah.
seventh Doctor
Looking-
visits
looking-
America for the first time. It gets the full American experience. What do you
I
expect?
love, you know what? I appreciate that they brought Sylvester McCoy in to do the regeneration because they've done that since then, where they're like, "Fuck it, we're not going to show Paul McGann regenerate or whatever until a long time from now." So,
Yep.
And to be fair, that's the best 7 minutes ever.
It's a pretty good 7 minutes.
Real quick,
like ever.
Trust me, you can do a lot in 7 minutes.
What about like the moon landing?
I think that was a little.
We
more
all
than
know that's
7
fake.
minutes.
How could they walk properly on there?
Real quick,
Believe.
we got Oz Chris in the chat. I hate him. Maranya, thank you. Why is everyone picking on me in the chat? The show just started, guys.
That's what the chat is there for.
Thanks, Sean. Thank you for wanting to kick me out. What's up, Eric Breen? Someone's ears was bleeding. So, hey, Eric Breen, love you. Thank you for joining. I'll text you sometime soon just because, I miss you. And wait, Jimmy is irreplaceable. Believe me, it's not for hey, I might not text you now.
Okay.
Hey, what's up to Hillam? What's up? All right, now let's get on with the show.
Big news of the week. There's a little bit of a tease for Red Nose Day. Everybody knows Red Nose Day, BBC. Gotta support them. But
it's kind of the opposite of Brown Nose Day.
Brown and red are not, like the color wheel
on the spectrum.
They're not like. I don't think they're opposites.
Yeah.
Do you know what brown nose means, Joe?
I've heard.
He has heard before about the brown nosing.
But
Anyway.
what would the opposite of brown nosing be? Would it be?
So it would probably be somewhere around the white area because it's close.
That's the
brown's closer.
opposite.
Yeah, because white, black, and then brown's closer to black because it has a shade, and so it would be somewhere near the white spectrum.
I really don't like any of this, so.
I'm bringing it up. So we have gotten some promotional pictures because David Tennant as the 14th Doctor, not the 10th Doctor, 14th Doctor.
We'll see about that. We'll see.
Tintin boy. Here are some pictures. We get to see his new suit in its full glory.
Did you guys see what Chloe said about that first picture he just had up? She was like, she posted the always hating that I have back problems, and then reasons why I have back problems is because of the posture.
Yeah. No, but you gotta love David Tennant, always saying fantastic, weird, loving custard, all that stuff. It's great.
Exactly. I hate that you said some of the wrong words, but okay.
He said all the wrong words.
That was the
point.
Oh, thank God. Thank God. I was just like, in my head, I was like, he's the guest. I won't start off yet.
He specifically said saying fantastic weird and then eating custard. He skipped over him completely. Just like you like to do in your intro for me.
That's for good reason, Pixel.
No, it's not. And we can go ahead and see. So he is also in one of the pictures, but I don't have it up. Oh well. I don't know this actor's name, but
It's,
Lenny Henry.
Lenny Henry, who played a joke doctor in a sketch.
Very good. Very good. Okay.
Doesn't he play one of the Hobbit? I'm sorry, Harfoots.
No.
I have.
You got Rings of Power.
Does he?
No.
I don't know.
I think he does.
He does.
Is there like another picture or something?
Not on this.
He's in Spyfall. Part 1 and 2.
He's in Rings of Power.
He is.
I was right.
You were right. Okay, Jimmy. I can admit when I'm wrong.
He plays Sadok Burrows.
Yes.
That's
okay.
Right. Sadok.
He just doesn't look as old as he does in Rings of Power. And
Probably
because
makeup or something.
yeah, they have a full makeup for him.
Yeah,
Also, he
yeah,
has
like a
scraggly hair, kind of looks like a hobo in that. And this, he doesn't.
That's true.
Very astute, Jimmy.
So the memes have already started. Number one fan, and he has the ooze that you could get the little pieces out of, and you could build yourself a little doctor. That's disgusting.
Anti-plastic.
Yeah. I'm anti that plastic. And Breen, I'm waiting for Breen to see if he's going to say anything, because those are what he would describe as pixel fingers. But
Man, you know what they say about big gloves, right?
I love how with almost any picture of Tenet as 14, it's just him being confused about his hands.
wow.
Well, hands are very confusing. It's like, that sounds like something the doctor would fucking say after regeneration or something like, hands, they're so confusing or something one time. They'll do that.
Yeah.
What about thumbs?
They're not fingers. The rest of them are, but these aren't.
The next
Isn't it absurd? I'm very quirky. And then some, girl will be infatuated with that.
Yeah.
God, this fucking show. What else you got?
Breen, Froggy, and Miranda. They on another channel that I sometimes appear on, the Geeky Puppet Show. There's the joke about pixel fingers, so that's what they're referencing in there. Because apparently they think my fingers are long. I don't know.
Delete it. Delete this. Delete
No,
this.
I will
No,
not.
this,
Because
this is an amazing picture. What are you
wanna see
talking
this
about, Jimmy?
You know what's actually,
He's
actually
dressed as
funny?
the best doctor.
Yeah, I can't believe they're having him dress like a better doctor.
Actually, you know what? Ashan was probably right. We probably can replace Jimmy.
Jimmy looks like a doctor in distress.
Somebody, please save him.
Jimmy had our tagline as like a Doctor Who comedy podcast. It's never been quite as funny as it is right now.
There's
matter.
more laughs.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where I go. Different parts of YouTube or whatever. I'm always the butt of the joke.
Well, here's the thing, Jimmy. Don't worry about it. There's actually more laughs on the inside.
I think that's crying, actually. Okay.
I'm crying right now.
No, to be fair though, this David Tennant in like the style of Colin Baker actually looks great. I like this.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's very fun.
This one picture
it's not as bright. That's the thing.
That's right. They kept it dark.
This one picture is already better than the entire 2 seasons of Colin Baker.
Yeah. This pixel finger is for you, Jimmy.
I know what you can do with that. Put it away.
You know what? If they didn't start with
Colin
the
Baker
Twin Dilemma and they went straight into Attack of the Cybermen, I think people would be a lot more forgiving of Colin Baker's run. I'm just saying.
I mean, when you start a doctor out choking a companion, it's a little.
Yeah, that's the
we
first
won't have
thing.
that. We won't have villain. Murder.
Yeah. But no, I think that because you know what? I think Revelation of the Daleks is one of the best like post Genesis of the Daleks
Really?
Dalek
Resurrection.
After Resurrection. I am a
Xenophile.
I don't know. No, I'm a big fan of Peter Davidson, and we'll get into that. But I think Revelation out of those like 3, that one, and then Revelation, then
Did you watch Day of the Daleks? Day of the Daleks with John Pertwee?
That's before Genesis of the Daleks though. But Day of the Daleks is good. I mean, no, it's fine. It's just Terminator, but it's good. I mean, obviously it's before Terminator, but it's good.
Terminator before Terminator. Speaking of classic doctors, we should go ahead and talk about the fact that I guess Doctor Who is leaving BritBox. Not here in the States still. We still have
That's Australia. Hey, Chris. Okay.
How does it
now
feel?
We'll never know if I was right.
Yo ho ho, a pirate's life for me.
It's the only way.
So unless they're putting it up on Disney Plus, which is like everyone's go-to theory, like onto the dark web.
It might go there, but I mean, there's plenty of places. You could always. I mean, I would check. Daily in Motion.
Well, no.
To see
well,
if you could,
obviously, it's going to be on Daily Motion.
Yeah,
obviously.
As if the quality of Classic Who was bad already, I now get to watch it at 160p.
160p interrupted with commercials for detergent.
So I think
wait. That's the closest you can get to the original quality. So. On the old-fashioned TV
for people in the UK, so that they'll be okay because they'll get it for free as long as they pay their BBC tax or whatever.
So not for free.
No. Well, it's.
That's not how it works. If I pay for something for free, it's not for free.
Well, it's a tax. It's still whatever. And then. For everyone else around the United States, everyone else around the world is going to be without a doubt on Disney Plus. I think HBO is still going to have it until November.
Yeah. Over here we have Binge, which is where we get all our HBO shows streamed to us, and that has all of New Who up to Flux.
I thought that's what you guys do when you go bar to bar.
Yeah, we binge.
Well, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and bring up this right here. It's talking about RTD. Says his focus on Doctor Who is for years to come.
Yep. And so this even goes into a little bit further. Technically, years is right because 2 is correct.
Where did 2 come in?
But here's the thing. I hate how he's just recycling the tagline from Queer as Folk.
By the way, that's a good show from like the late 90s,
It
early
is!
2000s. Yeah,
It's
that's
a really
one.
good show. I enjoyed it.
But so it is. So I got 2 years because he said it was like for the foreseeable future, which was the specials coming out, and of course season 14 for the. So that's what he was talking about. And he said he's not going to be developing. See right there, even 2 years. That guy said it too.
Yeah.
He said he's not going to be developing any new shows as well. So I think Nolly with Helena Bonham Carter is going to be his last original show besides Doctor Who for a couple years. So I'm going to guess like 2-3 years he's going to be on Doctor Who.
Yeah. Side note: I knew a drag queen named Hell of a Bottom Carter.
Chris, I'm sorry.
Okay.
You've been replaced for It's the Best of Us.
That's true. That's true. You have, Chris. Sorry. He hasn't even made a video yet, and he's already better.
I think we already agreed we're replacing you, Jimmy. Don't try and worm your way out of this.
Oh, yeah,
You can't replace me. You can't replace me until you top my views. That's it. That's it. Sorry.
Well,
I'm going to make all the videos. No.
your video might accidentally be deleted. Whoops.
Oops. What happened? Okay. Now talking about showrunners, it's time to talk about Stephen Moffat because Jimmy decided to bring up this tweet without full context. This is the caption for the article. Capaldi thought Doctor Who tank entrance scene
Before
idea
you
was
talk
terrible.
shit about me bringing up tweets, bring up one pixel, just one, okay? Then you can stop doing it. I'm always the one bringing up the shit and finding them. Okay?
I sent a tweet this week. It's not that.
This week being the predominant.
I sent last week too.
keywords.
But here's the thing. You sent this because I know you were making a dig at it. But if you look at the article, you can go ahead
was
and
funny.
somebody went ahead and brought up context is always important because Capaldi said that Stephen Moffat wrote this wonderful entrance of the Doctor on the tank, coming in, playing a guitar, which he admittedly said that won't work. And he said that it's terrible. He's not doing that. It's so wrong in every possible way. And now whenever he meets anyone, all anyone ever says, wow, that was a fabulous entrance you had on the tank with a guitar. So what does he know?
He knows Doctor Who better than us, so he was right the first time. He still hasn't said he wasn't wrong. He just said, "Oh, what do I know?"
Well, I mean, I feel like that's what a lot of people who question Stephen Moffat need to ask themselves. What do they know?
Yes. So
Stephen Moffat is a genius.
he is a genius. He is my favorite showrunner. Like of New Who, he's my favorite. Which I know hurts Jimmy on the inside.
I don't care as much as you think.
Oh, okay. Or does he? But I also wanted to bring it up because if you look at his Twitter account, not Twitter, Instagram, he went ahead and posted this picture with Instagram with him holding the tiny TARDIS. I just wanted to point out his name though, Stephen W. Moffat. That's for win.
Okay.
Is there like another thing we could look at and talk about?
Nobody cares.
It was a slow news week besides the whole Red Nose thing.
Okay. Well, here's a meme. This isn't from me. I have to remind you, almost everything was sent from Jimmy.
That wasn't me.
No, this was.
I don't think
That's
was.
funny because that meme is referencing something that happened in the show.
Yes.
At this point, I might just start working on a new video because, like, anything's better than this show right now.
That's not true. We just said that Joe Corallo is the best of us.
Yeah, but you're talking the entire time. No, I'm kidding. I want to know who sent the meme because I don't think I did.
Might have been me. I don't know.
Yeah, I know you sent one. I don't know.
He sends memes sometimes. I love that this is the conversation. Did the
So
panel...
is there not another thing we could look at and talk about?
Do you listen to Big Finish, Joe?
Like not right now, but yeah.
Well, there is a big event that's coming out for this year, the 60th anniversary, and it's called Once in Future. And the first cover for the first release has been revealed. And it's starring, of course, Tom Baker. And here's the cover itself.
Yeah.
Yes, Once in Future, past lives. He's going to meet Kate. He's going to meet Osgood. Bottom right corner, we have the meddling monk. You're already getting my money, so you didn't need to put him on there, but I would have got it anyway.
But which Osgood? That's the question. Which Osgood?
Well,
I'm hoping it's the Zygon.
We don't know, do we?
If you listen to Unit, the new series, they answer it.
Really?
Yes.
I'm just chomping at the bit for you to tell me.
I'm not telling you. You're gonna have to listen to it.
Guess I'm never finding out.
It's a crocodile holding a sword.
Have you not seen Star Wars? They had Crocodile and Mandalorian yesterday with wings.
Also, this story takes place in the past, back when crocodiles had swords.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
They're actually in it. This is set in Australia. I can clarify that.
This is the actual definition of Crocodile Dundee. Yep.
So
that's not what happened in the movie.
The story is basically that the Doctor, during the Time War, he gets mortally wounded and he starts regenerating, but something goes wrong and it causes him to degenerate.
Spoilers.
So, that's in the description.
It's literally in the description.
In the description. It is the entire selling point.
Okay.
Yeah, it's supposed to be closer to dinosaurs this show, but that one on the left looks like a crocodile to me. But yeah,
I have a feeling they're the same thing.
But they aren't. Anyway,
It could be.
They're related.
I can't believe the same franchise that gave us characters like Frobisher would dare give us crocodiles with swords.
Yeah.
Don't forget Beep the Meep.
This is true.
Yes, that's right. We all look forward to seeing Beep the Meep this November. But yeah, so basically, I guess Tom is the first one that he's going to be taking the face of once again.
Which kind of makes sense. Start off strong. Well, to be fair, if they wanted to start off strong, they could have just used Colin Baker, but oh well.
That's right.
I thought you were talking about like these, crocodile dinosaur things or whatever. Like they could start off strong, like.
Oh,
why don't they go guns blazing? Get bazookas. Why?
They can machine gun the Doctor down an alleyway.
That'll be the next story where it's koalas with like tactical warheads.
But also imagine that, lizard dragon monster person coming at you and being like, look, this is terrifying, but imagine how scary it would be if he had a sword.
I mean, crocodiles are dangerous enough here. I'm not arming them with medieval weaponry. But if I could redirect their attention to emus, I'll consider it.
I've heard bad things about those.
Yeah,
I heard they're kind of jerks.
Yeah, emus don't need weapons; they are one.
Emus are the weapon.
Giving them a weapon is just overkill at this point.
Yeah.
That would be truly. That's the monster in the next box set. It's just an emu with a weapon, the greatest threat to the universe. Just an emu with like a butter knife. It's like
It's too much. Here's the alternate cover for the Once and Future Past Lives.
I like it.
I like that better.
Yeah.
It's using. I was talking with Pixel about this. It's a great use of the diamond logo with the artwork.
Reminds me of the Unbound releases too, with the two faces on the side of the
Yep.
the centerpiece. Yes, I think that it looks good. I think that is our most anticipated release.
That was also what they use as the tagline for the reboot of Queer as Folk.
Jimmy, I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. You can lead us through this topic since you were the one who wanted to go ahead and discuss.
Yes. So this person, Joel, says, if Tom Ellis can make a leap into the big DC franchise, why can't Freema Agyeman? So that brought an idea to my mind, a topic of, yeah, if there was a companion to make a big leap over to a Marvel or DC franchise, and you can't say Karen Gillan, who do you think it would be? All right, Joe, you're up first.
I don't know. I mean, there's plenty to pick from. It's but also
Rory
why do I
already
care
has.
about them becoming part of a franchise I might see, or I too burnt out to care? Like
You're such a terrific guest.
yeah.
He's
Well,
the best one.
it's I can only work with the questions I'm given, so it's only
He's got
there's
you
so
there.
much I can do here. But
I will. I
yeah.
do want to just go ahead and say that Arthur Daville,
Darville?
Daville, who
Yeah.
cares? Rory,
Well, yeah, wasn't he already in something?
Legends of Tomorrow.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
should not count.
He was actually the best part of the early seasons, and then it went
Yeah.
all silly. And I can respect the silly; it was fun, but I did miss him as this serious gunslinging.
You just don't like good things, do you? You really do just like bad things.
No,
You tell me you like Legends of Tomorrow.
I enjoyed it. There were things to enjoy, especially with the later seasons. Once it realized that we are just a show made for goofing around, that's when they were having fun. I like having fun, Jimmy. What's wrong with fun?
No, hey, no one's arguing. With
Also, I'll say as much as I like Lucifer, bit of a stretch calling it a big DC franchise.
I know, right?
It actually really was. Do you know how big it was over here in the States? It was actually huge.
But it's not a big DC franchise when it doesn't even really consider itself DC. The closest thing it came to being DC was when it crossed over in Crisis.
Crossover, it counts.
Mm-hmm.
And though talking about fun, I preferred Nate Ross when he was in the format.
I don't even know where to start with that. You just sounded completely Spanish to me. Don't know what you said.
Remember, there was a band called Fun, and Nate was in Fun, but before it was in Fun, he was in the band Format. The Format.
Okay, I get it now. I get it.
Apparently, Baby Bell Cheese is a
Yes.
Jodie Whittaker stan.
Good
Okay.
for Baby Bell Cheese.
I know, right?
It's not like I'm gonna buy you.
No. Click in it and scroll up because you'll see why, and it's fucking disgusting. This person made a Jodie Whittaker sonic screwdriver out of the wrappings of Baby
Ugh.
Bell wax.
I don't really think we need the internet anymore.
Yeah.
I think we're good.
You know what?
So bad.
God, if you do exist, I think it's time for the Flood Part 2.
He can't. He can't. He promised he would never do it again.
Like, it's just how much much time do you have on your hands to go, you know what? I'm going to make Jodie Whittaker her own sonic screwdriver, but out of wax from cheese.
That sounds like fun.
Either way, I just said something to you, Pixel, in the chat.
I meant to bring it up before, but I'll bring it up now.
It is River Song was asked, would you return now that David Tennant's back?
Which
and she says this.
As soon as it loads.
Awesome.
This is really exciting, guys.
And now it doesn't want to play the audio.
This is our best show yet, guys.
I can't even hear it.
I'm about
Jimmy,
to take a
why'd you give us a scuffed video? You should have just. This is from Crispy Pro. You should have just linked the video he did a month or two ago.
Is this from Crispy Pro? I just saw.
Yes. I was wondering, why'd you send us a Crispy Pro video that he did like ages ago?
I'm pretty sure that video of her was. I thought that was new.
It's up from TikTok.
He did that interview when he was here in Australia in November.
Oh, well, there you go. So last November, she said she'd run back to Doctor Who if they ever gave her a chance. So
David Tennant's confirmed to be the 14th Doctor.
No,
and Ncuti Gatwa
has
is the 15th.
audio.
Would you be interested in maybe appearing in one of their episodes in the future, if offered?
Oh my gosh, if I was offered a chance to come back for any sort of a storyline, I'd bite their hand off and say yes, absolutely.
That's a weird way to say yes. Cannibalism.
Yes, Ishan. He's already finished. At this time, David Tennant is already done as 14. Until Big Finish realizes they can put 14 and 10 together in an audio and have a Doctor Who crossover with more than one actor.
Oh, the money possibilities. David Tennant times 2.
Or as he would say, of course.
Yeah, and that's the news.
Was that it? I thought there was
Cool.
more.
Yep.
Oh,
That was it.
yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, there's one more thing.
Okay.
It's mostly from, I think this is a clip from the Doctor Who magazine. What do you think Ncuti Gatwa will bring to the role of the Doctor if this picture ever loads? Thinks he'll bring a new dynamic. He's young, fun. Crew says he's up for anything.
Another queer as folk thing, right?
Why would you even say that, Jimmy?
You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me.
You know what kind of show we're running? Like, be serious, all right? Okay, we can have jokes, but like, be respectful, all right?
I'm just gonna watch this episode.
But this is R2D talking about him, right?
I would. It sounds like RTD.
think
I don't know,
so.
Jimmy. You're the RTD expert. You failed to flirt with him, so is this RTD?
Is this just destroy Jimmy night or something? Like,
Isn't every night destroy Jimmy night?
It just seems like it's over the top now. Jeez. No idea.
This is my revenge for all the weeks.
I feel like these are all like just copy and pasted, like copy they reuse for like any Doctor. Like he's really individual, like as opposed to all the automatons that we got to play the Doctor previously.
I mean, Jodie Whittaker was just trying her darndest to be Matt and David.
Well, yeah, but even then, they weren't going to say that. They said that, oh, she's really bringing her own to the role. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, no, it's not really. It's not really reassuring. Just like, yeah, you've seen this before.
Reason not choice. Yes.
Yeah, I'm actually agreeing with him at this point.
When the guest
And
come
co-host.
come to every stream, we're always constantly questioning that.
Revenge of the Prof Pixel. Yes. Coming soon to Big Finish.
All right.
Pixel, when are you
Glory.
making a video, Pixel?
I'm going to work on one. I'm making the video that I don't even have to make because I won the bet. Tintin exists. You can eat that, Jimmy.
We'll see.
We know. We know.
Really? Do we?
Chris, for the love of God, please lead us into the actual topic for the evening.
Yes, now that we are done with the riveting news, Jimmy's gone. Oh, thank Christ. So we can talk shit about him now.
Talk shit about him now, not before.
Now we are onto our topic, which is the Fifth Doctor story, the Arc of Infinity. It brings back the Three Doctors villain, Omega, or Omega, if you're British.
Omega,
Yeah. You know, it's not like they invented the language. You could at least say it properly.
And let me just say something before you dive into it. Hero, he should have been a god.
Yes. You know, Rassilon, that attention-seeking bitch, took all the credit for himself.
It's very true.
But to be fair, it is very in Rassilon character for him to take. I'm the best ever. Did I have help? Maybe, but he didn't contribute that much.
It's true.
So, as our guest, Joe, what are your thoughts on the Arc of Infinity?
I really like. Here's the thing. I do happen to like this era. I think especially like the early John Nathan Turner stuff. I really like. I feel like he had a very strong vision. You know, having worked on the show for so long, leading up to it. You know, had a strong sense of continuity. I think this was like a good way to start the like season or series 20 like anniversary season of just, you know, every villain they were going back and, you know, facing characters they had faced in the past. I think Omega was a really good choice to bring back a more like obscure kind of villain like that. I like, it's one of those things like, I don't know. I mean, if I was rating it, you know, I'd probably give it like a B- or something, because like, while there's a lot of things I do enjoy about it, I love that this is really the only time we basically get a just Dr. and Nyssa story, and I love their dynamic together. It makes me wish there were more stories like that, even though I feel like the best pairing for you know, Peter Davison is Tegan and Turlough. I think his era shines in all those stories, but you know, getting that, like having, you know, you know, having it in Amsterdam for a bit, you know, the filming on location there, like that's a little cool, changes up a bit. That was still kind of early in them doing stuff like that. Like they didn't really
I think I had a look. It's just because he wanted to. John Nathan Taylor was like, I want to film in Amsterdam, and the BBC was like, oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, and that was great. I thought, because they so rarely did anything like that. That wasn't like a rock quarry or something like that. And then, you know, do that, get a little bit more from the Time Lords. You know, obviously we get, you know, not the Celestial Toymaker and not the Sixth Doctor in the story as well.
Yes.
Which is a lot of fun. I love both of them in this. I think this is all of the periphery characters, like it is pretty well acted. I think they have some like top tier people in here. You know, what is it? We got God, what's his name? Castellan. This is before he gets killed by the Mind Probe later this series. Whatever the fuck that is. Not the Mind Probe.
Not the Mind Probe.
Like, what? That doesn't sound lethal, but whatever. But
and Barusa.
Yes. But you have you know, that's for all of the positives, there are there's weird wonky like pacing. There's like,
that's just all of Doctor Who. There's always wonky pacing.
What why would you do that, Jimmy?
Yeah.
I don't, anyway, but so, you know.
I am so glad I invited you.
No, but no, it's you get that, like, there's just like, this feels like a 3-parter that got stretched into 4 parts.
Yes.
There's a lot of like meandering and like, oh, we're gonna get the doctor executed, but we're not, and he's okay, and now we're planning and plotting, and there's a lot of like, by the time you get to like the finale of the 3rd episode, you're like, do you have another full episode left? Like, and a lot of it is just like running around Amsterdam.
So getting into my thoughts, which I'm going to just go ahead and say, be thinking about your rating, because you said what, B-, but we rate out of 10 here.
Well, out of 10, I would probably, like, that's a tough thing. I mean, like, out of 10.
Well, you could think on it while we go around.
Out of 10, I don't. Yeah, maybe I'm somewhere between like a 6.5 and a 7 on this one. I think in that area. I could be swung either way, because there is a lot of stuff I like about it, but there are a lot of glaring flaws, you know.
So I agree, and it's interesting knowing that he just wanted to film in Amsterdam, but
He's actually in the episode.
Is he?
You actually see John Nathan Turner in like a background shot, because they had I read up, they had trouble trying to keep crowds away, so they didn't interfere with the shooting. So you're just seeing a part where you see apparently John Nathan Turner is just like motioning the crowd to just get out of the scene.
I didn't know that. But I feel like that's where most of the episode feels like a flaw to me, because I love the 5th Doctor. I love Nyssa. I love their interactions going to Gallifrey. Or as Baker says, Gallifrey. But when we go to Amsterdam, and we started the first episode with these 2 guys, and one was talking about, oh, my cousin's on the way. When he ends up getting mind robbed. No, that's a different episode. And he goes to the airport, and Tegan stepped out. Literal, like, oh, no, not Tegan.
But they finally gave her a good outfit. Like, having her in that, like, awful...
Which Jeanette Fielding does not like.
Yeah, but she actually, like, looked really good in that outfit. And, like, compared to, like,
a lot coming from you.
Compared to the stewardess outfit was just like, you know, it was like, oh, I'm like, okay, this is all right, you know.
I'm meeting her next month for a fan meeting, so I'm gonna take this clip and show it to her.
Thank you.
But no, make sure to tell her that comic book Jeff Goldblum loves her.
no, she is. Her and Turlo together like that, I think, is really like the highlight of a lot of eras of Who, and you know, and I think she really gets to shine in, you know, stories like, you know, Kinda and Snake Dance and stuff like that. That
I just don't think she shines here. I didn't need that entire half of the story.
No, I get what you're saying, but they needed a reason for her to come back, and it is cool because this is something that rarely happened at the time, like, if ever, of like a companion leaves and then comes back, like, in that kind of, you know, sort of way. And knowing what we know now, you know, not now, but like from years ago, of how, you know, she's so happy to come back and then like basically leaves because the Doctor's a monster, is it's really great.
Yeah, that's fair. But in talking about this episode in particular, it just felt like really random for half of this story to be in Amsterdam with these 2 boys, and then Tegan rushes in, and but I did enjoy everything on Gallifrey. I enjoyed Omega, but it was very odd having Omega basically treat the Doctor like, have we met before? because half of what he says, I was once like you. You said that. We know. Like even with his new helmet, which becomes this weird flesh mold, like an actual cocoon, that was a cool effect.
Yeah.
And I did enjoy the running around Amsterdam actually, because seeing not the doctor run around and his face slowly growing mold. It's something about that was just like, oh no, well now it's just it's just sad. And I loved whenever he spoke. It was it was the deep Omega voice.
Yeah, but you know the other thing too, like with the Amsterdam stuff, like you were talking about, especially in the first episode where you're dealing with all these like random plot contrivances of like, we're just two dudes that can't figure out a place to say, I know, why don't we sleep in a crypt? And then like, oh, the crypt conveniently has a door that opens up to Omega's like monster thing.
Why?
And you're just like, okay, sure. Like,
yeah, that's how I feel too. There is a lot of good in here, but there's a lot of okay.
Yes.
Now, if Jimmy ever wakes up, there we go.
It was boring.
Thanks for contributing, Jimmy.
I guess if I'm going to
surprised you actually watched the episode.
Oh.
What?
I don't know. If I was going to go ahead and give my ratings, I know Joe said 6.5 to 7, somewhere in that range. I think I could go, more thinking on it more, actually discussing it, it is a 7. I was going to rate it a little higher.
Hold on, real quick. I do got to point out one thing. Hold on, I got to point out one thing. Wasn't it very convenient for the doctor to bend down at that exact time when a fucking shot was shooting at him?
Yes.
That's a doctor thing, though. Like, if Jimmy, if you've seen Doctor Who before, you know, like,
what's it called?
That's like a thing that happens. You know, like there are countless clips of like a beam being fired and one of the doctor be like, oh, and like looking around or like bending over or something. It's like it's a trope in the show, and after you've seen enough episodes,
it's actually not. It's a trope for the like a child sci-fi series, but not a trope for this specific show. Show me another example where he bends over as a shot's coming at him and it just misses.
I am positive that has happened for Sylvester.
If you're positive, then show me.
That absolutely happened for Sylvester McCoy.
I can see that happening for Sylvester McCoy. I just thought it was boring.
Okay. What would you give it out of 10?
4.
Okay. All right. Chris?
Yeah, I'm kind of 50-50 on this episode. There are parts that I like. The stuff in Gallifrey is great. I do wish we had more of just the Doctor and Nyssa together. Thankfully, Big Finish has sorted that. There's just a lot of stories where it's just them traveling together. And
Spare Parts.
It's really good. It actually does
flesh out.
It's convenient for her just to randomly show up. Never mind. Just keep going. Yeah.
No.
Spare Parts is one of my favorites, although didn't help Adric.
Nope. I think, while it is, Tegan just is like, oh, Tegan is back. I'm guessing they just have no other. I don't think there was any other way they could have brought her back.
Convenient.
It's just that to make it as convenient as possible to justify Tegan being back on the team.
Closest thing we got to a Chris Chibnall episode. Just shit happens. Okay? Shit just happens.
There's a better way to bring Tegan back, I'm sure, but whatever. Her being back, and then eventually, you get Turlo on there. You really start getting like Enlightenment's one of my favorites, and like and so many good ones. Frontios, I think Frontios. I mean, the beginning of it's better than the ending with the stupid fucking monsters that are hard to move around. But I like that story a lot.
So
yes,
I'm just going to go ahead and say I prefer the old helmet.
That's
For
fine,
Omega?
yeah.
Omega's
Yeah.
old helmet was. I
It's
feel
because
better.
it's because there's an actual face on the old one, and this one is kind of just a blob.
Because it's a cocoon. That's what it really is. It's a cocoon for him to
Yeah.
be reborn in his full matter form. It's too late, Doctor. But it's not.
Yeah,
I want to
I'd
see.
say
I wanna see
Omega-
full
Omega
matter
and-
form would be cool.
I'd say Omega in this is definitely weaker than when he first appeared in the Three Doctors.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of iffy on Omega as the antagonist of this story.
Then the random pterodactyl that he has firing
that
a
was-
gun.
yeah.
He's one of Omega's failed experiments that he knows
I
for
know.
some reason.
I
Yeah,
know.
for some
He just
reason,
keeps him around.
He's just there. Yeah,
When
the
did he have
Amsterdam.
time? When did he
Yeah,
have
the
time to
Amsterdam
make these
stuff
experiments?
the Amsterdam stuff was just we could film here, so let's just do something, I guess. I will point out Nissa is weirdly more okay with violence than usual, and I found out it's because Leela was supposed to be in the story,
Yeah.
but Louise Jameson couldn't film. She was unavailable at the time, so all of Leela's stuff was given to Nissa. I'm like, oh, that makes sense now.
Yeah, it does. Because they even have a line. How is Leela? Oh, she's
Sorry,
doing
I
great.
missed the wedding. Yeah.
Yeah. No, they do that bit, but also they ground it though, because all of Nissa's actions in that revolve around violence are solely for saving the Doctor.
Yeah.
So that, kind of, I get it, but they make it work.
They make it work the best that they can. Rewriting
Best they can.
the best they can.
We'll disagree on that one.
Well, they used to do what was it? It was like 20. This season was or series was like 26 episodes more or less.
was around
So
there.
that's a lot. It's they don't have that much time to stick around. It's not where it's like, oh, you get 8 episodes in 2 years with seasons of things now because everything's awful. But
Okay.
Well,
Yep.
But
yeah, if I had to rate it, probably I did. There's parts I liked about it. There's parts I didn't. It'd be somewhere around a 6, a solid 6 for me for Arc of Infinity. And Ishan brings up a really good thing. The Omega story, that is the sequel to this, is really good. Definitely go check that out.
is it as good as Master, which shares the cover design?
Probably not. I'd say Master is a much better story, but the Omega story, which is a sequel to this, is pretty good.
Okay.
Hey Joe, since we're
Jimmy.
practically done here, have you seen the trailer for David Tennant's return?
I have not watched the trailer yet for.
Do you want to?
Sure.
Joe Corrallo's
Do you want to watch a
Joe
trailer?
Corrallo's reaction, ladies and gentlemen. Here, I have it pulled up because while you guys were talking about a bunch of boring stuff, I was watching it over and over again.
Good to be a team player, Jimmy.
I got you. Share audio. Cool. Share. There we go.
Alrighty. So now for your viewing pleasure.
This is gonna get copywritten, just so you guys know. So we're gonna have to cut it out after the stream's done.
It's
And
okay.
then-
I'll fight the BBC.
Yep. Oh,
I-
I'm from their prison country.
actually,
they
get a
did.
second one. We won't be able to stream for a week, or 2 weeks. So we shouldn't actually.
Actually, we can just get to.
It's
Actually,
barely a minute. You can just press play.
there you go. I'll do it with the thing. Fuck it.
Sometimes I think there's
Yeah,
something
we'll fight the BBC on this.
With our fists.
And then we talk for a few seconds, right? You get a couple things going.
It has to be creative.
You should pull up
Jimmy.
the.
It's
You
not
have to
that
pull up the.
simple.
Yeah,
You have
it's
to
pretty.
pull up
It's
the
pretty simple.
copy. The captions, Jimmy.
What?
The captions. Pull up the captions.
There you go.
Yeah, because we're actually deaf.
We are.
See?
Yes. See.
This is how we get past it. Just keep talking. See, okay, look at that. They're hugging. Now the mom's really old.
And David Tennant's there. Wow, who knew? You should pause it now. Give it a second.
Oh wait, hold up.
Yeah, we
What do
can
you-
pause
All
on
right,
Neil
Joe.
Patrick Harris.
What are your thoughts on Neil Patrick Harris playing the Celestial Toymaker?
It's fine.
That's not confirmed, Jimmy. That's a theory.
But that's just a theory.
don't
Oh,
do that.
theory. Now we're going to be copyright strict.
Do you even know who the Celestial Toymaker is, Joe?
Are you fucking with me right now?
He said it before.
He mentioned him
He
when we were talking
mentioned
about the
not-
Arc of Infinity.
Not the Sixth Doctor, and not the
I-
Celestial Toymaker.
I think you guys didn't hear me when I said when you guys were talking about the boring shit. I was watching this over and over again. There we go.
Okay, play. Let him move again. The worldwide premiere in a weird German accent.
Wait, by the way, it wasn't even like a good German accent. Worldwide premiere. He should
It's
have
fun.
said, he should have said premiere because it's like a British show. No, whatever.
Oh,
You should send
okay.
him notes more often.
Hey, there's
Yeah.
Beep the Meep.
There is Beep the Meep. I don't know if you knew, but Beep the Meep is in this.
This caption does actually. It is a warning. It's actually a warning. He is a vicious creature.
Well, yes. He is a tyrant. But yeah, so she remembers me. We'll die.
Why
Wearing
is his
glasses.
teeth so long?
Is what?
His lower teeth are just really, really long.
I mean, at least they aren't falling out
Okay,
from
cool.
all the tea. Skinny man.
I like how we're facing against the bugs from Ants, the movie Ants.
Eric Green, why is Yoda in Doctor Who? This is their baby Yoda, okay?
They're shooting.
All right. They're shooty. It has been shoddy. So that, yeah, that's it.
Cool. Thank you for watching Mad Men with a Box.
You don't get to say goodbye. It's Chris's turn.
He wasn't saying
Yeah.
shit. We got to hurry this up.
Let him
No.
go ahead.
Fine then. Thank you everyone for watching Mad Men with the Box Live. Thank you to Joe Carlo, our special guest, for joining us for our review of the Arc of Infinity.
Yeah. Thank
Joe,
you. Thank you so much.
Plug yourself, promote yourself. Do you have anything you want to shill?
Don't plug yourself on camera, please.
Yeah, nah.
Or do.
You know-
That'll get views.
People would be plugged already before they got on camera. Anyway, I had what was it? The book I edited, Cherish, came out issue 5 earlier today. Dynamite Comics that wraps up this series that was written by Katana Collins. Next week, the graphic novel I edited for Mad Cave Studios, the Carmen line, comes out. That's by Dennis Hopeless and Peter Kowalski.
Oh, really?
It's a sci-fi thriller. I hope people check that out. I had a lot of fun working on that. I can't wait to get copies of that so I can just hold this thing that I've been working on for about a year. So looking forward to that. And then the week after that is issue 4 of Dahlia in the Dark. So I'm excited for people to check that out. It's 4 out of the 6 issues. So
Oh my God, are we done?
That's I
Yeah,
guess.
there's a lot.
Remember the good old days when you used to write comics?
You know, well, I wrote Dahlia.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you. And then the week after that, I'm going to be in Chicago for C2E2.
Hey, I love Chicago.
Chicago's a great town.
My favorite big
I love
city.
it. Yeah, it's really nice. So
Did you ever go to Giordano's over there?
I've been there before, yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
Chris and I being the only 2 people that haven't gone to Chicago. It just
I got family
Smile and nod,
over
Chris.
there, so it's not like I chose to go there.
all right. There we go.
All right, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you later. Bye.
Take us out of here, Chris.
Hey everyone, what Jimmy